Hey guys, happy Sunday. I hope you guys are staying healthy and well in this crazy time. It's amazing how much has changed since last week when we did this cooking class last week. So yeah, hope you guys are healthy, and I wanted to share a really quick, easy, healthy recipe for you. This is something that I usually make at the end of the week when I've run out of produce. You can use a lot of frozen products, so it's easy also if you just come back from traveling or you're self-quarantine. So this is just a great, really simple, easy recipe you can throw together quickly. And it is a lemon pepper salmon with broccoli jalapeno rice. I'm adding in some extra antiviral ingredients today, and I also have my sous chef, Kushi, is gonna come help me make this because it's really, really easy.
Hello.
So first,
I'm gonna mostly be watching, but I'm gonna do my best.
He does the cleaning, so I do the cooking, he does the cleaning. But today we'll have him put him a little bit to extra work now. So here we have the broccoli rice, and this you can buy packaged. So I do typically buy this packaged frozen. You can get it in most health food stores. But since I'm trying to save my frozen food, because who knows how long we'll be quarantined, I used fresh. And the way that you use fresh is you just chop your broccoli into like one centimeter or 2 centimeter pieces, and then throw it in your food processor or your blender and just pulse it for a few seconds, really, maybe less than 30 seconds, and it'll come into this nice rice consistency. So once that is done, we can start chopping our other veggies. So here we have garlic, and you guys know, if you follow me, that I'm always telling you to chop your garlic first, because, actually, why don't you chop and I'll explain. How about that?
Okay.
So I always talk about chopping your garlic first, because when you do that, it develops heat protective properties when you let it sit for 10 minutes. So as you know, if you just pick up the garlic now, it doesn't really smell like garlic, and it's not until you chop or crush it that it actually has that garlic smell, and the garlic, like the oil, comes out, and two chemicals are mixing at this point to create a compound called allicin, which is believed to be the source of many of the garlic's health benefits, such as antiviral, antibacterial, anti-cancer even. So if you're going to be cooking with garlic, always chop it 10 minutes before you plan to cook it. We're also adding some jalapeno, which I'll just get on chop too.
And if you guys have any questions, I'll make my way back to the camera in a bit, and then I can answer them, or I can ask Maria.
I'll just, while you're chopping, let me check the question situation. If you guys have any questions, hi Sarah, Seema, Caroline, Cheyenne, Aline, hey everybody. Yeah, if you guys have questions, just pop them in the comments, and then Krish will head over there at some point and we'll answer them. Okay, so jalapeno, it's actually not jalapeno, this is a different pepper, but they're all interchangeable. And it's gonna add a little bit of heat. So this is typically, I only put garlic and jalapeno in my broccoli rice, but today I'll add those few extra antiviral ingredients. One tip with your hot peppers, if you leave these seeds inside and that little white stem thing inside, that will actually make your dish hotter. But if you want a slightly less hot dish, you can remove that. So that's one way that you can manage the heat when you're cooking. I personally love spicy food. It's great for your metabolism, and I just personally like the way that it tastes. So that's that. We're also going to add, what are we adding to the broccoli? Oh, we're adding to the broccoli rice, I'm adding some fresh dill. So I always have fresh herbs on hand because they add so much flavor to your dishes, and they also offer, of course, health benefits. Dill has been shown to have antifungal properties. So if you have candida, for example, this is a great herb to add in. It's also shown to have some antimicrobial properties as well. So it's just a great health supportive herb, and it goes really well in rice. There's actually a Persian rice dish which is loaded with a very copious amount of dill. So that's where I got the idea from, and we're gonna add that to this rice today just for a little extra boost. And the way that I am going to take the leaves off of the stem is you just use your thumb and your forefinger to pull down. How's your garlic chopping going?
Going slow, but I'm getting there.
Okay. See, he doesn't usually cook, he's usually cleaning. So one easy way to get the paper off really, really quick with garlic is to just use the flat side of your knife and press down, and then it's gonna come off.
That's what I was doing, but it always works better for her.
Takes a little bit of practice. So yeah, and we're gonna use some of this in the rice, and some of this I'm gonna throw on the salmon. Again, just for its extra antimicrobial, antiviral properties in light of the current situation. I'm just gonna peel this. You could also use other fresh herbs, whatever you have on hand. And I know a lot of times people complain that they buy fresh herbs for one recipe and then they go bad before they use the rest of them. So think of fresh herbs as your flavor component. You can add them to pretty much anything. They're great in eggs, they're great in salads. You can mix and match them. You don't have to just use one. You can pretty much throw them on top of any dish and it will taste better. It tastes more fresh. So yeah, if you ever have any herbs, just, you know, extra herbs because you didn't use them all up, just throw them into whatever you're cooking and it should probably taste better.
Okay, so how's it?
So this is good. This is perfect. Yep. Amazing. So you can throw this out.
Okay.
Always a good idea to clean as you go, so there's less mess for your partner who's cleaning it up.
Well, I think today we should share in the cleaning.
No. Okay, so this is our dill, and I can get started on the, before we start cooking the broccoli rice, I'll get started on the lemon pepper salmon. Are there any questions? And let me know where you guys are tuning in from.
In on around loves the dill. And
smells so fresh.
yeah, we'd love to know where you guys are joining in from and if you have any questions as we move along.
Okay, so now for the salmon. This is literally the quickest salmon. This is on your table in about 10 minutes. So let me turn on the oven. Okay, and what you're gonna do, it's very simple. Take some fresh lemon. You're just gonna squeeze your lemon over first. And this is obviously great and high in vitamin C. Great for the immune system. And instead of just using the juice, we're actually gonna use the rind or the lemon zest as well. So actually first I'm just gonna put a little bit of salt and pepper on. And I love using fresh pepper, the whole peppercorns, and grinding it. It just has more flavor, also even more health benefits. Black pepper's great for digestion, to stimulate the digestive juices. So when you use it fresh, it just has more flavor, more of that beautiful scent.
And so why are we using wild salmon?
You always want to use wild salmon because it has been shown to be lower in contaminants, lower in mercury, lower in PCBs than farmed. It's also typically more nutritious, so it's going to have higher levels of omega-3, which is the anti-inflammatory fatty acid, essential fatty acid that we need. And most people that consume salmon is thought of as a health food, and most people are eating it for the health benefits, which is mainly the omega-3. And you'd actually be really surprised to learn that a lot of the farmed salmon is much higher in omega-6. I was reading the websites of some different farmed fish companies, and one of them, the feed that they give the salmon was actually, there was chicken in it, which is kind of crazy, amongst other things. But that's why they're fed grains and they're fed things that salmon wouldn't ordinarily eat, and things that are high in omega-6, like vegetable oils, for example, and that's what raises those omega-6 levels. So if you're eating salmon for the health benefits, it's definitely better to choose wild. So now I'm gonna just zest some lemon. It's always easier to zest a full lemon than one of these already squeezed slices. So I'll just do that. I also grate some after cooking as well. You can even grate this into your broccoli rice if you want for some fresh lemon flavor. And lemon peel has some chemical components called limonoids, and these are very, very powerful antioxidants, and they've been shown to have anti-cancer activity. And what's unique about these particular chemicals is that they last in your blood for about 24 hours, the research shows, which is a lot longer than, say, the antioxidants or polyphenols found in green tea or different other foods, which last way less than 24 hours. So that's why lemon peel is great to add to just whatever you're cooking whenever you can. It adds flavor and that health benefit.
So Cheyenne is from Michigan. Aline is from Dubai. She asked a question, can I use canned jalapeno or must be fresh?
Yeah, you can definitely use canned, 100%. And even the salmon, it's very hard for us to get fresh wild salmon in Dubai, so we use frozen salmon, so you can use frozen in the recipes, and yeah, you can definitely use canned. I would just say, or jarred jalapenos, just always look at the ingredient list and make sure that it has minimal added ingredients, like no colorings and things like that, which you can find, but you might have to just pick up a few brands before you find that.
And Romana asked me to smile. Not my sister-in-law. So my sister-in-law's name is Romana, but some other Romana said to smile a bit. So I'll do my best.
Look at this face. Okay, so I'm putting this in a 400 degrees Fahrenheit oven for, depending on the thickness, these are not that thick, so I'm going to put it for about 10 to 12 minutes, and then if it needs longer, I'll do longer. You don't have to show this because it's not that.
Okay.
Yep. And then we'll make the broccoli rice, and actually, hold on, let me just reset this. Okay, so let me make the broccoli rice, and I'm just going to heat a medium-sized pan. If you want to come over here, I'll show you if you want to bring the camera.
Elena is from Greece.
Oh, hi. Hello from Greece.
Hope everything is good over there.
Yes. Let me just add, I wanted to add rosemary to the salmon. Whenever I have this fresh on hand, I will add it. So, hold on. It's not hot. So with rosemary, you can get a close-up of this deliciousness. With rosemary, you can just add a sprig on top, and when it's in the hot oven, it will, the oils from the rosemary will seep into your meat or your salmon, whatever you're cooking. And it also offers different antimicrobial benefits. It's also great whenever you're grilling meat. It helps reduce some of the advanced glycation end products or ages. So it's really a great herb whenever you are cooking meat. And I just touched the salmon, so.
Anna just said hi.
Hey, Anna.
Roma is asking, when are we getting invited? You're whetting our appetite.
Well, now we're quarantined. Okay, so in Dubai it doesn't seem that bad here actually. Life is still pretty normal. People are starting to self-quarantine. I am, because I don't want to catch it. But like grocery stores are still stocked, and people are more or less going about their normal life, but people are starting to work from home. So once the quarantine is over, anytime. All right, so I'm putting that on.
Steffids, where are you guys living right now? So we're living in Dubai, and specifically in Dubai Marina.
And
we can show you our view a bit later on.
You can just show them.
Well, I might have to. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with Dubai, but this is a view of the marina. It's quite beautiful at night. Pretty cool.
All right, so if we come back over to the pan, I just added a little bit of olive oil to this because I feel like with the garlic and the dill, it'll have a better flavor profile. But if it wasn't, I might actually add this coconut oil, because coconut oil is antiviral. So I'm definitely consuming a lot more of this now than usual, just to keep my body healthy. So yeah, just whenever you can try and use coconut oil, but sometimes it will add that coconut flavor, so you don't necessarily want it in every dish.
Kayla says hello.
Hey Kayla.
Diet Revolution is sending regards from Holland.
Hello. All right, I'm just gonna throw in the garlic. So I forgot so many things. I wanted to put some of this garlic on the salmon, which you can also do, just adds more flavor. But since it's already in the oven, I'm just gonna add this to the broccoli rice, so it's gonna be pretty stinky our breath afterwards, but what can you do? It's gonna be really garlicky. And I'm also gonna add the hot pepper. The dill I will wait on.
If there are any more questions, just pass them on and.
So here, you can come check this out.
Okay, let's go.
So I'm only gonna let this
This
cook.
smells really good.
I'm only gonna let this cook for about 30 seconds. You don't really want the the garlic to brown. Oh my God, that hot pepper is gapping in my throat.
Eveline is watching from Barcelona in quarantine, stuck in the apartment. Well, we wish you the best. Hopefully things get better, but this is a good time to stay in and start cooking.
That's true. And honestly, guys, the best thing you can do is just stay positive, I feel like. Stay calm, because fear and stress actually does weaken your immune system. So think of it as a little 2-week or 4-week, whatever it is, staycation. And yeah, you can use this time to learn how to cook.
Yeah, I think use this time to focus on yourself. That's what we're gonna try to do. Not that we're in quarantine, but
I'm self-quarantining.
but things are.
Ruining my quarantine.
Yeah, Maria's self-quarantine, but things, regardless, I think if you're in quarantine, things are just a bit more quiet, and I think people, regardless, will be spending some more time at home. So good time to work on yourself, I feel. Aline, how did you make the broccoli?
The broccoli rice. So the broccoli rice you can usually buy, I know in the US and in Dubai, you can buy it pre-riced, which is just chopped really small into rice-sized pieces, and it's usually frozen. However, I just took fresh broccoli and I stuck it in my blender. You could use a food processor, and then you just pulse it for not even 30 seconds. You have to use the tamper to push everything down, but it'll be riced in less than 30 seconds. You probably have to do batches. Just chop it small, like 1 inch or not 1 inch, 1 to 2 centimeter pieces before you throw it in here. And yeah, it's ready in less than 30 seconds.
And actually, Aline is from Dubai, so we get it from the organic store.
Has it frozen.
So I think it's organic larder, right?
Yeah.
There's like frozen cauliflower and broccoli rice from organic larder, so it's actually pretty good. And it's saves
Yeah,
you.
it's much more convenient because now he's gonna have to wash that. So I'm just chopping up the dill a little bit more. You can add, usually I add turmeric, or you could add cumin to that, so you could add spices. This time I didn't. It's gonna just be extra garlicky jalapeno dill, but you can definitely add whatever spices that you want. And all the recipes for this, the lemon pepper salmon is on my site. The broccoli rice is also on the site, but they're part of my 28-day meal plan, my Paleo meal plan. So this just lays out 4 weeks of recipes done for you, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, gives you a weekly grocery shopping list, and a Sunday meal prep plan. So it's less than 30 minutes on Sundays just to prep a couple things if you work in an office, although now you might be home, so that you have a couple lunches for the beginning of the week. And then the way that I have set it up, because I prefer to have fresh food rather than make all my food on Sunday for 5 days, I typically will have you guys make a larger portion of whatever your dinner is, and then you can save that for tomorrow's lunch. So everything's really, really fresh. All right, let's check on this. And the broccoli rice only takes like 5 to 7 minutes to cook. It's pretty quick.
Yeah, and it's delicious. And Cheyenne, yes, we'll be definitely doing more lives, at least every Sunday.
Yeah.
And
So we're doing every Sunday, or if there's a time that's better for you guys, I'm trying to do it where it overlaps with US now that I'm in Dubai. So it's about 8 p.m. We started this at 8 p.m. here, which I know is 12 p.m. in New York. It's morning for LA, but if there's a better time for you guys, let us know, or a better day.
yes, a better time or better day, just let us know. The broccoli rice looks amazing.
And I mean, that's pretty much it. So this will be done. I'm just gonna add the dill in. I'm gonna add that in now. I'm gonna stir that in, and I'm gonna add in some salt. I'm using now a Celtic salt. I also really like pink Himalayan salt. I personally prefer the flavor of pink Himalayan, actually. And
So why are we using the Celtic?
So, well, I ran out of the pink salt, that's why, and this one was available. But I do like Celtic salt as well. They're both unrefined salts, so they're gonna be more mineral dense than your typical table salt. And I find they have more flavor. If you use even just a tiny bit of pink salt, it adds this amazing flavor to your food. And if you add the same amount of regular salt, it doesn't have that beautiful flavor, and also you have to use more salt to get that salty flavor, I find. And this looks like it's almost done.
We're almost there.
Yeah. And salmon's gonna be about 10 minutes. And that's it, guys. Your whole entire meal is done in, this really probably only took 10, maybe 15 minutes.
So there's a question from Cheyenne. Why do you add dill last? Just asking because some herbs are stronger when heated.
I love dill. So I was gonna actually add this when it was off of the stove. Usually you do add your herbs once the heat is off and just right before you're about to serve. I'm adding the dill a little bit early because in the Persian rice recipe that I'm sort of inspired by, you do add the dill a bit earlier and it does get cooked in. So that's why I added it, but you could really do it either way. And yeah, any other questions?
Any final questions?
Before we sign off and enjoy this meal. Alright, looks like that's a wrap. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll catch you Sunday next week, 12 p.m. Eastern or 8 p.m. GST. And I hope you enjoy your lemon peppers and salmon and broccoli rice.